Hello and welcome. It is Erick Erickson here, Atlanta's Evening News. The phone number 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Got a lot coming up today, including South Carolina. We've got the new polling. South Carolina, the Vice President of the United States, appears to be surging in some of the polls, but are they the good polls? You know, we've got to weed out the online pollsters from the telephone pollsters. But the telephone pollsters, Monmouth University did a complete telephone poll, and it looks like he may be shutting Bernie Sanders out. Sanders now right at 15%, the cutoff. We'll get into all of that and take your phone calls, plus check the traffic here in Atlanta. I'm Erick Erickson, editor of The Resurgent and the host of the Erick Erickson Show in Georgia. I do 2 talk radio programs where I spend 3 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening talking about the news of the day for listeners, most of them either in their car or office trying to get home, and cover both state news and national news. Well, to a degree, the pace of news has quickened because you're not just managing the headlines of a daily news cycle. There's also the presidential campaign people are interested in. So I've got to cover the presidential campaign and the polling. This week, the coronavirus situation globally, in addition to our state legislature in Georgia's meeting. So I have to keep up with all the legislation in the local legislature as well, in addition to Congress. I love to actually talk about stuff that's happening in the Atlanta area for my Atlanta audience that is not political. I spend a lot of time these days actually talking about the streaming wars between Amazon and Netflix and Apple and the rest of what new content is out and paying attention to content. I think people tend to get tired of the politics of the day and they want to talk about something else, and I'm all about talking about TV shows. I wouldn't say that I have influence. I guess I do. I think right now I've got the most listened to local radio audience in the country, but I'm not really trying to guide them. I'm telling them what I think and answering their questions, helping them make up their mind. I'll occasionally bring the governor of the state on, or I've had the vice president on and others to talk about issues and try to ask them questions that are on the minds of listeners. But really just telling people what I think about the news, but more importantly, what the actual news is. There's so much with this fake news phenomenon now. People read something on Facebook and did you know the president did this, or Nancy Pelosi did this, and half my job now is to tell people no, that's not true.